Welcome to my channel. I'm happy to have you here. And we're going to talk about relationships a little bit more. We're going to talk about the N word, needs. Everybody has needs. Everybody has needs of others, of ourselves in relationship. As simple as, you need to shower every day, hopefully. Brush your teeth every day, please, dear Lord. Food, laughter, comfort, even with your puppy or your cat or your plants or the sun or the elements, your friends, your colleagues. There's needs everywhere. The person driving next to you that's late for work is gonna need to honk the horn at you to move out of their way, but you didn't do anything. So that's just like external, right? The world. But you're the common denominator with that need. So a lot of times if you grew up in lack, and how do you know that? You have a lot of needs. I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. If you don't do this for me, I feel X, Y, Z. If you don't do that for me, I'm gonna get angry and withdraw from you. If you don't give me what I need, I'm gonna criticize you for that. I'm gonna make you feel like crap because you didn't fill my need. Well, I have to tell you, this need thing is basically your younger self stuck at a certain age, and it could be 3, birth, 8, 11, 15, your first heartbreak, a divorce of your parents, a tragedy or a death in the family, maybe a sibling got sick, all these things that occur in our past, not to live in our past, but just to make note of it, fill and make our decisions about our needs, those that were fulfilled and those that weren't. And so if your mother was very needy, you might mimic that and be very needy and ask this on top of somebody. If your father was not very needy and more, gregarious, but not really present, you might always seek something with males typically that are not very gregarious and fun, but not present. You might seek friendships with women that are also very critical because of your mother. Or you may seek the complete opposite and need somebody to be more present as the male and respond to your needs, or less interested in you and what you do as in response to being a female and doing something different with your mother. This I could talk to for days, and we can be here. I have a lot of exercises in many of my books, especially Radically Alive Beyond Abuse and Creating After Abuse, that are reflection points about discovering your own need. Most people, when you say, what's your need? They're like, no one's ever asked me. I was always told what to do. No one's ever really cared what I need. I remember a story where a friend of mine reached out across the table one time and grabbed my hand and said, "Lisa, how are you?" I was like, who's Lisa? Who are you talking to, right? It was then that I realized that not very many people in my life had ever asked me what it is that I require, what it is that I need. But like deep in your soul, this is like soul searching that you need to do for yourself. Quickest way is like write down 10 things that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, knowing yourself the way that you do, that you need. Another way of saying that is what you would like, okay? Need has such a, like a grabbing, constricting, like suffocating energy to it. I need, right? But what if it didn't? What if you just switched the word out and said, what would I like? What is a non-negotiable? What do I have to have in my daily routine? One of the things that I have in my daily routine, more often than not, is moving my body. I need that. I'm very, very physical. Some people call that exercise. I call it my body artistry time. I change the words of things to make it fit to what I need. You get my point here? I like getting up early, and I like having my creation time for myself and my targets for the day and whatever I have to do or what I would like, or if there's something that I would like to be different or something that my business needs. I need to check into my business, my clients, my websites, all the people in my business, my family, my partner, all these different things, financially, energetically, the house or wherever we're going, the tours. And I got to check in with that without a checklist. So energetically, I check in every morning about my life and living. That's what I need. Now, why am I talking specifically about me? There's a point to that. Good question, and you didn't even know you asked it. I heard your head. My perspective and what I found out about relationships, if you get right with you and get in energetic congruence with you, then you start attracting the people, places, circumstances, and events, both personally and professionally, that vibe with you on the same frequency. And then you create greater together. That's what makes easy relationships and more fruitful relationships and more possibility-filled relationships. But you got to know what you like and you got to know what you don't like. So write down what you would like to have in your relationship. You could start personally, you can start with your business, you can start with your body, you can start with your home, your clothes. I made a decision about my clothes one time that I only put things on my body that feel very, very soft and very, very good on my body. Even as I'm standing here, you can't see my feet, but I had my heels on, and I was so happy when we were recording these videos that I can put on my sneakers because it feels so good. That's the best part of doing everything live. I mean, not live like in a classroom, but in your home, creating an office and video series. Sneakers, comfort. I need that. But that's also on my feet, but also in my life. I like comfort. And I didn't have a lot of comfort growing up. So I like comfort. I like space for myself. I like asking my body, my life, my business what it requires. I like people in my life to want to contribute to me and to me want to contribute to them. I'm done with the taking and the vampire kind of things, you know, that just leave you like sucked and dead. They'd been there, done that. But I had to learn because I grew up with a lot of suckers and I thought that's what relationships were. So that's the next point. Write down what you would like. Write down what you don't want anymore, what you don't need, what you wouldn't like. So now you have what you like, 10 things, what you don't require anymore, what you don't need anymore. And then it'll probably bring you through your past, it'll get you to your present, and then the next column could be your present to your future. You, as the adult you, choosing what it is that brings you joy, that makes your heart sing, that makes your body go, hell yeah, let's do this. That is the benefit of discovering needs. If you like this, please like the channel, share it, pass it on, write your list if you feel comfortable. Be very vulnerable. I'll be happy to read it and happy to see it. Click the bell if you'd like to get notified about when more videos come live. I really would like this to be more engaging. My only target is to give tidbits of information that you can actually use instantaneously. Thanks for listening.